everyone. I'm Claudia.
And I'm Luciana.
And this is Where We Land, a podcast about immigrating and multicultural identity.
Okay, and so what are we talking about today?
Well, today we're going to be talking about the new year because it is officially 2026. We're in it. And we want to talk about how we've celebrated the new year this year, first of all, catch you guys up on that, share some of that. And then, of course, talk about favorite celebrations from New Year's past and talk a lot about all the traditions and all the superstitions that we get into personally in the new year. Because Peru's full of them. Our culture is just full of traditions and superstitions around New Year.
Resolutions also.
Yeah, we're going to share our resolutions and if we've broken them by now or not.
Yeah.
To kick things off, let's share. Luciana, why don't you start? What did we do this new year?
Okay, so we celebrated in Florida. We were together with the whole fam for the holidays, and we rang in the new year dancing, drinking, and eating grapes because that's how we, if
we
you
did
know,
the 12
you know.
grapes. We did.
In Peru and many other countries, Spain and other countries in Latin America, you have 12 years at midnight and you make a
12
wish.
Grapes.
You have 12 grapes at midnight. So you say like, Happy New Year, hug, kiss. And then immediately after you start eating one grape after another. As you are eating the grapes, you make a wish to yourself, one wish per grape. That's a lot of wishes. That's like, and
that
honestly,
was always the hard part. It was like,
so
I have
hard.
to make up the wishes now. 12 is too many wishes.
You know what? I don't think about it ahead of time. I don't know about you, but I don't think about it ahead of time. I'm like a game time decision. So like, I kind of know, like health and, and like happiness and, all these things. And so by like grape 5, I'm like kind of just like making wishes that are related to the other ones. Like, just
You're getting
like
granular,
a little bit more granular, but there's like nothing super specific that comes up. And then, by like grape 9, I'm like, well, I'm just like, what am I doing? And, and I
repeat them.
I do. There's a lot of like, just like kind of wishing for the same things. And it's like, I gotta say, it's just like a big thing of like, these are the things that I would like and I would hope for this year and always, to be honest. Like, I don't think there's anything super specific. And then, but I did do the 12. Like, I don't think I do 12 every year. Like sometimes I'm like, all right, I'm just doing a symbolic one this year. Like I'll do one or I'll do a couple, but I did the whole 12 this year. And
I ate the 12. The 12 grapes. We did them this year. The entire family did. And I ate them. I ate the 12, and I just repeated. I was like 3 grapes. We're getting the same wish, because I was like, I'm not thinking of more things. Like this is it.
Yeah.
But I did eat them all, but it did remind me. I remember just being a kid, and they would give me the 12 grapes. And first of all, 12 grapes when you're 7. They don't fit in one hand. You don't have the. It's
just too much.
They're falling on the ground, and also they tell you 12 wishes, 1 per grape. And there was this weird rule that some people used, but some people don't apply this rule. But it's that you have to eat them and do the wishes before the clock strikes 12:01.
Yes, I do remember. So you're just like, oh.
So you're just like, and you can't, and you're not thinking of the wishes,
grapes.
But you're like, no, a wish. And I just remember as a kid, I would never make it before 12:01.
Of course, we'd probably get like 2 in,
It was that. So then I was like, are none of my wishes coming true? Or are the first 5 that I did coming true? Like, what are the rules? No one explained the rules.
Yeah. And then you know what? I'm always so curious because like, obviously I'm eating the 12 grapes and I see you eating them. I see everybody eating them. And I'm so curious, like, what are people wishing for? And then some people are like, no, you can't say it or it won't come true. I'm like, do we believe this? Are we this gung-ho that these 12
like, do we actually think this is real, you guys? Like,
I know. But since we're partaking in that superstition, I guess we're going to do all of them. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's totally been a thing. I've done them on and off each year. I would say like most years I will have grapes on midnight. It must have been like something like a fluke happened where I wasn't able to, like I forgot and I didn't get grapes for midnight, but usually, or I've been at a party where like no grapes could be found. Although one time we were hosting a New Year's Eve party, and this is before my husband and I were married, but we were hosting a New Year's Eve party together in New York. And, there was going to be dinner and then there were going to be like some apps. And I was like, I can't remember what we were serving, but I remember that I ran out of potatoes to like put as a side. So I was like, can you please go get potatoes? And also I forgot to get grapes. And I think I was like mashing some potatoes. I was like, and I need a potato masher. So he went to the grocery store, like right next door and got.
Oh, don't tell me. He got like 6 grapes.
No. He got a bunch of grapes. He knew.
Oh, okay.
So he got the grapes, potatoes, a potato masher, and beer. Cause I guess like, we need beer. And he said that the guy was like ringing him in. And he's like, I don't know what kind of party you're going to, but this looks like fun. And he's like, I'm just, I can't even. Because he got so many grapes, like a zillion grapes.
Well, that's the thing that if you're new to this, if you're like, oh, the grape tradition, let me try it out. Let's do it for this year. You're going to have to buy
so
10 times as many grapes as you think. You think, one giant bag of grapes, that should be enough. It's not. No. It's 12 per person. 12 grapes is like, it's a little bushel. Yeah. Like it's a lot. Yeah. You don't know how big it is until you're there and you're like handing out the grapes and you're like, oh, my bag is out and 3 people don't have grapes. And you're like,
yeah,
now what?
Yeah. I think this year, clearly everybody participated. And we were 12 people that were participating. I don't think, I don't think we ran out. Like I saw some grapes left over. I don't know if someone just gave it a miss this year, but I saw a lot of people downing their grapes.
No, we all ate. I think we all did it. We all did. Yeah. Even just for the good luck, because that's the other thing. It's always like, even if you don't do the wishes, it's still good luck.
Tempt it? Like, let's just go. They're there.
Let's do it.
So that's one of my faves.
My mom was upset that she didn't bring the colored underwear.
Yes, that is another big one.
We've talked about it on here before, where it's like you wear yellow underwear for good luck on New Year's, or you wear red underwear if you want to find love. That's my mom's favorite superstition. She loves doing it every year. In years past, she has bought us colored underwear so that we could have like a red underwear to find love in the new year, or yellow underwear to find love. And she said it. She was like, I didn't do the underwear. I didn't bring any for myself. I dropped the ball on the colorful underwear. And we were like, you know what, Mom? We'll survive. There will be no happiness and no love in the coming year, and it'll be fine. And my mom was like,
I know.
Poor mom, I make
that
fun
one
of her.
up. Like I would do it when my mom did it. Like when my mom would provide the underwear, I did it. Like why not? But then no other year would I keep that alive.
Yeah, never of my own volition. Also because like yellow underwear isn't the cutest. Like who's
like,
buying
where am I even
yellow
finding
underwear?
that? Like I'd have to go out and specifically source it for the new year, which our mom did, bless her. But I'm not doing that. Love that one. Another one that that was like that's also easy, and I think also like a lot of countries do it. Is in South America is throwing the lentils for good luck.
Okay, this is where I have dissenting opinions because I have a friend who keeps a little bag of lentils on the 31st, puts it in his wallet, and he keeps it the entire year.
Yes.
He doesn't throw them.
I've heard that too. And actually one New Year's Eve, I went to Cusco, which a lot of people in Peru say has like a very special energy during the New Year. So if you feel that or if you're into that, highly recommend, because I do think it is a special place to spend New Year's. But anyway, and a friend of ours packed individual little bags of lentils for each of the girls. It was a girls' trip. So at midnight, she gave it to us, but so at midnight we could throw it. So it was like, I was like, that's the only time that I've actually done that one. But I liked it. I was like, again, it was provided to me. All I had to do was throw and make a wish. Easy peasy. Much cleaner than the grapes. We couldn't do the grapes that year because we were running around. Because again,
bar hopping.
No. And New Year's Eve in Cusco, if you're in the city center, people run around.
You have to run around the square.
The square.
The city square. Yeah.
And I have to say that has been one of the most, like, I am not really into that, like, let's go feel energy type of, like, that's not really me. But again, I was there with 10 girlfriends. We were in the city center for New Year's Eve. It was amazing just to like be there.
Yeah, because it's so many people.
So many people. Everyone's having the best time, good energy, people from all over the world. And then at midnight, everybody just grabs onto each other in the friendliest way. And you just run together around the city square, which is a large square. And you are running together, just smiling and saying, Happy New Year. And it was,
even if you don't want to run, you're running. You're being taken over by the crowd. The crowd is moving in unison and you're in it.
If you do not want to run, do not find yourself in the city square at midnight because you will just have to run. And it was
and
really
also
fun.
people are throwing champagne. Like
People
you're running, but you're getting sprayed by champagne.
People are throwing lentils. Some other people are throwing rice. Other people have suitcases and are running around their suitcases. That's another one.
The suitcases.
But it's
That's
just
such a fun one.
It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Yeah, please explain the suitcases to people if you're like, what are Peruvians are crazy, but
okay, so this one, all the ones we've explained so far are just for like general happiness and prosperity, right?
Yes.
But the suitcase one is very specific. It's if you want to travel a lot in the coming year. At midnight, you have to get an empty suitcase and you have to run around your block and come back home. And that will bring travel into your life for the coming year.
It's the only way it's going to happen, you know?
Yeah, I have friends who have done it. I've never done the suitcase one.
I've never done it either. I've done it.
But I have friends who have done it and they're like, and I'm like, yeah, you just cheer them on. It's fun little activities to do, I feel like.
Yeah, it's like, you know, just like little ways to celebrate. Something that you and I have done together actually when we were younger, because I think that this is very much like a thing that kids want to do when they're little. But in South America, I think Central America, there's just like lots of places where they burn the old year, like the year that's passing.
Oh,
and
the doll.
The doll. So you basically make a doll, a large doll in our case.
Life size,
Life size doll of like, you know, just like kind of like, I wouldn't say like trash, but things you don't necessarily want. So like maybe like an old blanket or a pillow.
You sew together like old rags or old
or
things
tie
you're
them
discarding.
together or just like, just old rags or bags or trash. And you make
I remember we filled it with like newspaper and hay.
Hay. Some people put in like bad stuff that happened in the old year or stuff that they want to leave behind, and they put them in there like messages. And then you have this life-size doll. We would live at the beach, so we would take it to the beach, and then like the adults would like make a bonfire with it at midnight. So you're kind of like burning away the old year and all the things that you want to leave behind with it. And that I thought was like really fun and kind of spiritual and nice. And it's just
it's fun. I remember the funnest part was, remember we had to dress the doll? And everyone's like, everyone bring like an old piece of clothes. Because you build this raggedy thing. And the hardest part is to get the shape. FYI, you can buy a doll. Like people make them.
For sure.
But we were little kids and we were like, no, we're going to make our doll and it's going to be great. So we made it. It was kind of lumpy and bumpy and whatever. But then we had to dress it. And I remember we wanted to give it a hat. We wanted to give it things. And it was just any old thing that you're willing to burn, you know, and you dress it up as best you can. Yeah. And some people even write like the year on it because you're burning away that year. And and then you watch it. You have like a fun little bonfire with the doll and you watch it burn, and once again it happens at midnight, so you're eating the grapes, you're making the wishes, you're watching the doll burn, you're doing all the things.
All of the things. It's really fun, whatever your tradition is. And there are some crazy ones like we read some actually this one, I think this was one that I heard about it in Puerto Rico, maybe Cuba as well, that they throw water at midnight. Like they throw a bucket of water, kind of like to throw, like saying goodbye to the old year that's gone by. And this,
where do you throw it?
I think
like
you just
not at someone.
No, like out the front door. You know, kind of wherever you are, you just throw a bucket of water, not at someone, just like at the ground. And like this one, kind of like I've heard of this before, not for the new year, but like actually, some friends of mine, their grandparents, when someone was gonna travel, they would sort of like say goodbye to you. You'd walk out the door, and then they'd throw a bucket of water behind you. to like wish you safe travel. So that's I've been said goodbye to like that before. Like I've been leaving. I was like, bye. Like, okay, get in your car. We'll throw the bucket of water. And I was like, okay.
Thank you. I mean,
like,
it's just good wishes,
it's
right?
just
like,
good wishes.
fun.
But I was like, when I read this about what they do this with in the New Year with Cuba and I think it's also Puerto Rico, maybe somewhere else in Central America. I was like, oh, that's interesting. I wonder if it kind of stems from the same place.
Yeah, I wonder what it is. Like, what it's cleaning something. It's cleaning a path for you. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
You know which one we did when we were? I think I was in my 20s. I must have already graduated college because it wasn't that long ago. Look at me, I'm young. But I remember.
So like 20 years ago.
Okay, older sister. I don't know how old that makes you.
1 year older.
Older. Forever older. But
by 1 year.
Yeah, so I don't know if I think you have to have remembered this. It was memorable for me. So our grandmother was very superstitious and believed in like shamans. She had her shaman and her witch and stuff like that.
I saw her shaman once.
I never saw that man. Thank goodness.
I mean, not by my own will. Like I was a child taken to see the shaman, so I could be like less scared of. Like I think a dog like ate my burger, so they didn't want me to develop a fear for them.
For dogs,
yeah.
Well,
guess it worked because I have a dog.
Yeah. But I remember one New Year's, she was like, she brought back these bottles. They were like bottled water, except they were filled, the water that was inside was kind of pinky and it had been treated and it had like flower petals inside and it wasn't just water, guys. It was like this
a fermented
a potion. It was a potion.
It was a fermented
potion.
She
gave us each a bottle and she said, here, you're going to do like un baño de florecimiento, which for New Year's, which is basically, I guess, like
floral bath.
Like, a bath for
rebirth.
Flowering.
Yeah.
For like, So it's like, what do you want to flower into this coming year? Yeah. Right? And you're supposed to think about it and then you're supposed to pour it on yourself.
Oh, it was disgusting. I remember the smell being
and then
just
take your shower, your normal shower, right? But you're supposed to have it. I don't know. It smelled gross.
It was so bad.
We all did it though. We were like, thank you, Grandma, for your shaman.
I would never do it again because I don't know if you remember. I don't know if you remember what happened to me immediately after this horrible potion. You don't remember this?
What happened?
Okay, so we all did this potion. I remember. I think our sister got it like for all of us too because she was super into it. So anyway, we all did this potion, and that night was like the New Year's Eve party, I believe. Right? Like it was right because we did it before the party. So we're ready, and we're downstairs in the like sitting area, that big round table that we used to have in the entrance. And one of the chairs, I was unaware of this, one of the chairs was actually like kind of broken, but it was not set aside in any way. Or
yes. It was a chair that everyone knew you weren't supposed to sit on.
But I did not, I remember because I did not live in Peru. So I didn't sit all the way, but I started to sit and felt this was like I had my rebirth shower. I come downstairs fully dressed to go out and I fall leaning, like about to sit on this chair and I fall. And it is a bad fall. Like I remember my back hurt a lot. Like I hit it against the broken chair. They decided to then grab this chair and put it aside finally. Why did they wait till someone actually fell?
It was decoration.
Like why? Anyway, so they were like, oh my God. My mom was like, oh my God, that was a really bad fall. I was like, yeah, it was terrible. Right after this rebirth, good luck, whatever. So I'm like, this is
shaman is no good.
I'm never using this again. That is my the memory that I have linked to that potion is that the next morning my back was covered in bruises. It was so bad. It was really bad. So that's my memory of that potion.
I don't have any negative thoughts about the potion other than it smelled bad. But I remember we all did it. And I was like, Grandma, man, what else is this woman going to make us do? Yeah. You know what tradition I think I struggle. To me, it was always presented to me as an American tradition. I don't know. I guess maybe it's universal now. America exports its culture so well through movies and TV, but like the kissing someone at midnight thing.
Yeah. Yeah. That's totally a thing, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah, but I remember just never hearing really about it in Peru. It's not like growing up, it's not like your friends were like, who am I going to kiss at midnight? Like, no.
No. I think this is, Hollywood. Yeah. Hollywood for sure.
But have I done it? Sure.
Of course. Like to me, it's like Happy New Year. Literally, will give my husband a kiss and then proceed to eat the 12 grapes. And he will be eating the 12 grapes as well.
But I feel like that's different. It's one thing like, if you're married at 12, you're going to say Happy New Year, give your husband a kiss. What I'm saying is like that culture of like being out at a party and people like, who are you going to kiss at midnight? I feel like that does happen in the States.
Right.
Whereas it doesn't really, in Peru, that's not what we're doing. No one's like, midnight isn't like this thing. It's like, if you're going to hook up with some guy, it's probably going to happen at 3 a.m. when the party's done. It's not going to happen by midnight.
Another thing that I want to chat about are resolutions because I was super into them this year, asking like, what are yours and just kind of learning. And I have a good story of mine because
all right, tell me.
So one of my resolutions is less screen time before bed, and to do that, I'm like, how am I going to do that? Because I like to scroll right before bed or maybe like watch an episode of Love is Blind on my iPad before bed. And I don't want to do that in bed. So I went to Barnes & Noble to get a stack of books. So because I'm like, if I have something to read that I'm into before bed, then I won't do the screen, like I must I'm just getting into, it's not even about reading more books, although I guess that might be like an added side effect, it's just about reading a page.
Doing something other than screen.
In bed, right? So I go to Barnes & Noble, I'm into this book, into that, but I come out with a stack of like 4 or 5 books and
Great, you're ready.
I'm ready.
Prepared.
I'm like, these are books that I actually want to read. I'm into them. Let's go. I go to check out. And literally, the guy at the register was like, that's a nice stack. And I'm like, resolutions, And he goes, yep. I was just like,
I bet the guy in the bookstore is probably like, January, baby. We rack them up January and then we never see them again.
Barnes & Noble, gyms, like
gym
bookstores,
memberships,
gyms. My gym is like my former gym, I should say, is spamming me like they have a shot. Of getting me back. And it's just like, come on, like here, come for a free lesson. And I'm just like, you didn't make the list. I mean, I want to.
They know people are like in resolution mode and they're like, hey, this is when we hit January.
This is when we hit. Also, all the dry January articles or like how to do dry January, which is such a thing that is really, I think in the last 10 years, really taken off. I mean, less drinking in general, which is a resolution of mine. I'm like, I don't want to do dry January, but just like, sure, health in general.
I wonder how alcohol companies like attack January marketing.
I don't know. Discounts?
I've never seen it. Because I know they go big for like the holidays. That's their jam. Because the holidays, it's like celebrate, champagne, toast, parties. So they're covered there. But January, I wonder what the counter
if a lot
marketing
of
is.
them are also just like expanding into non-alcoholic beverage like business lines.
So no screen time. Drinking less.
Drinking a little. I think it's just like tied to health in general, like eating better, like that goes with drinking less, working out more. That doesn't mean joining the gym week 1 of January, but working out more. So maybe eventually. I feel like those are my big ones. They
sound good. They sound achievable. They sound healthy.
Right.
And
I feel like if I go to like, like I'm going to delete Instagram. I would have broken it already. Yeah. I hear those people and I'm like, oh, man, that's some nerve.
You know what my thing is with social media? I don't feel like I cannot look at like right now when we were on holiday, we had all this time off and I didn't have to post anything for the podcast. I didn't look at it once.
Yeah, that's true. I looked at it a lot less. I mean, that's the thing, I think I end up when I'm working sometimes and like I often work or email from my phone. The app is kind of there. If I don't need to have my phone on me so much, Like I definitely look at it less. Also when you're with people, like we were with a lot of people doing a lot of outdoor stuff, which was great. Like it was really nice. And so that was also conducive to just like less time on the phone. Yeah, I don't really, that's not one for me. What about you? What do you have?
Okay, so I think I did them wrong, but I don't know.
You didn't get the assignment, no.
No, I read the instructions wrong, you know,
Right, okay.
misinterpreted them because I didn't go for, I think you're supposed to like nail down something kind of specific so that therefore it's achievable or at least it's measurable or you can see, did I fulfill this or not?
Right.
I didn't do that. I picked two things that like I really want to do, but they're not like check. It's not something you can check off. It's something that by the end of the year, I'll have to look back and see if like it actually. So basically the two things are, number one, consistency. Because when I thought about everything that I wanted to do, I'm already doing it all.
Right.
But I'm not doing it as often or as consistent as I would like. So like basically my things are like I'm writing, I'm exercising, I'm reading. I'm even like dating I would put into this. Like I do all these activities. I do them throughout the year. But I do get into spells where I'm like, oh no, I'm just too busy. So I'm writing like very little.
Yeah.
For like weeks at a time. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh wait, I need to get back into that. And then I get back into it for a bit. Or like I read a book and I'm like, I finish it pretty quickly and I love it. And then I don't pick another book up for like 3 months.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So I would like consistency. Like with all my activities that I'm already doing, I just want consistency because I feel like you can't really build on what you have if you're not consistent. You kind of just stay where you are, always kind of scattery.
That's true. And they do say that for that, like if you measure like, oh, I'm doing this X amount, like that is the way to build it, right? I mean, I think you kind of have to measure, or else how do you really know? Yeah,
but I guess the measuring for me, I see it more as like a schedule, like organization and like fitting it into your calendar
daily.
So that I know it's always there. Therefore, I always do it. Whereas I schedule some things, but other things aren't scheduled. And I'm like, no, maybe if I don't schedule it, I'm not going to do it. So let's just schedule it.
100%. Yeah.
So consistency is the one, like the main one that I want to see.
I think that's totally measurable, but okay, keep going.
Yes. I think I'll notice.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's not something that I'm going to tick off until the year's over.
Right.
Because you can do it for 1 month and then fall. You know what I mean?
As most people do. I think January is the strongest month for resolutions and those gym memberships. And then let's have a check-in in June and see where we're at.
God. I don't even think the full month is like a thing. I think people do things for 2 weeks. At least knowing me, I'm like, I'm 2 weeks. I got 2 good weeks in me. And then I'm like, it's up for grabs. Who knows what's going to happen?
Yes. The amount of gym memberships, I swear, that I've.
Yeah. So here's to my consistency. Let's go. And then the other thing I want, one is much less measurable. So the other one is like joy.
Oh my God. All right.
I know. I sound woo-woo. Like send me to California already. But New York's going to kick me out. It's going to kick me out if I keep talking like
joy,
this.
that doesn't exist here. Stop
I know. So this one is more like, joy is one of those emotions that isn't easily accessible to me. Like joy, awe, these emotions they're not in my bag. So I kind of have to like work for them. And the way my brain works is that as soon as I feel an emotion, no matter what it is, positive or negative, my brain is like, what is that? What are we feeling? What is it? Let's analyze. Let's think about it. Let's digest it. What are we doing? Because my brain just wants control over everything I feel. It wants to exercise control and manage. And so that's super helpful in life when you feel anger or sadness or because your brain automatically activates, identifies, starts, and that's great.
Right.
But when you feel joy, the last thing you need is your brain to be like, what is this?
Just feel it and enjoy it.
Exactly.
Right.
So that's what I'm working on. I have discovered over the last few years that like there are certain things that are easier for me to access joy through. One of them I've noticed is like live performance, but not like a concert. concerts are great, they're fun, but that's not really joy or awe. Like theater, like
Right.
live theater where the person is right in front of me and like I've been able to access joy and awe through a couple of key live performances where I was like, and my brain started thinking, I'm like, what are we doing right now? And I was like, nope, let's just stay in this.
Just enjoy it. Yeah. I like to counter the concert part because I think that is achievable. Surely maybe not in awe, but like in an intimate setting. Cause I think that like an intimate concert is conducive to that. Or I didn't make it to the Eras tour, but everyone says that was like an awe moment and a really unique experience. So like I think there's venues.
There are certain concerts. Yes, that's true. That's true. That's true.
But okay, theater.
I'm just more thinking like, because usually the concerts I go to, I'm dancing.
Right.
No, but comedy doesn't spark joy or awe for me. Comedy makes me laugh. Comedy makes me have a good time. I'm honing in specifically on joy and awe because those are the ones that are super hard for me. And I've gotten to this conclusion where I'm like, when was the last time I felt these things? Like genuinely, was I like 5 years old? Like,
oh my God, no, surely not.
Well, no, I mean, you feel joy. Of course, I'm not saying like I can't feel joy. I feel it, but I don't allow myself to stay in it.
Okay.
And that's more something that like, at some point my brain just started being like, so I'm gonna work on that. That one seems harder to me, but like, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, realizing it is half of it, right? So, yeah. Here's to sticking to resolutions for more than 1 month. Let's go. Let's go.
You know what? Let's chat in February.
Yeah, let's chat. We'll check in. We'll check in.
Okay, so now it's time for Culture Clash Flashback. And like I said, we're moving away from the new year, but we're still in the winter months. So my Culture Clash Flashback that I want to share is kind of embarrassing, kind of not. It's cuffing season.
Oh,
so
say more.
Let me tell you something about myself, okay? As a kid, I first heard the term cuffing season through movies and TV. Like I was living in Peru. It wasn't really a thing. So it was an American concept. And the way I absorbed it as a kid was like, those movies where the girl is like, I just don't want to be alone for the holidays. Like, oh, it's cuffing season. Like, you better lock down a boyfriend so you don't spend the holidays by yourself. And as a kid, I was like, I guess single adults don't want to be alone on the holidays. Okay, great. I wouldn't know. I'm a child. I guess this is what adults do. And then I grew up. And I became a single adult living in Peru. And I was like, what is this bullshit about cuffing season? I'm single on New Year's, single, and Christmas is the same as being single in July. Like, what are they talking about? What are they talking about?
I mean, in Peru, it would be because of the seasons.
Mind you, I'm living in the coast of Peru where like it doesn't drop below 50 degrees ever. For my Celsius people out there, that's below 10 degrees. Doesn't drop below 10 degrees Celsius.
I don't think even in Trujillo, like below 15 for sure.
Yeah, in Lima, it gets down to 10. That's the coldest, like in the middle of the night, like someday.
Right,
but yeah, so I didn't understand it. I was like, is this like, did the movies lie to me? Is this one of those the movies lied to me things where like, oh, cuffing season and some writer made up this thing and we just ran with it? Like when the movies told us that you had to wait 24 hours before you file a missing persons report or whatever. That's bullshit, you guys. You don't need to wait any time. If someone's missing, you can report them. Like you don't need to wait 24 hours. Movies lied. So I was like, maybe the movies lied. Maybe cuffing season is made up. And then I move to New York City. And I'm freezing my ass off come the winter. And I'm going on dates and I'm like, you guys, it takes a
lot. It takes a lot to get ready for a date.
It's just, there's a certain temperature where it's just too cold for a first date.
January, if you were going on a first date in January, like you're
a brave soul.
You are a brave soul because you really believe. Put on full face of makeup and brace the elements. Oof.
No, a cute outfit, a full face of makeup. I'm doing all that. And then you want me to go out into the tundra. You want me to brave snow and sleet and high winds. For what? For the chance at like maybe you like a guy?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't do that for most of my friends.
I know.
Like it's already a lot. Like a friend is inviting me to her birthday party and I'm like, it's her birthday.
It's too hard. This makes me think about, I wasn't single during the pandemic, but it makes me think about like maybe Zoom dates had a point like in the winter, you know?
I mean,
maybe.
I don't know. But for me, it's like, yeah, it's the winter starts and I'm hibernating. I'm hibernating and I'll see you guys late March. Like I'm not, I would find myself shutting down the apps and I was like, yeah, I'm not going to go on any dates. It's too cold for a first date. And then I was like, cuffing season. This is why you lock down a boyfriend. It's so that you can hibernate with someone. So you're not all by yourself. You're not spending the holidays alone. I'm like, oh my God, I'm such an idiot.
Well, you know, you got there. Like
I had to live it to understand it. What can I say? I'm not the brightest tool, not the sharpest tool, not the brightest bulb.
Not the sharpest tool.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, I often say the brightest tool. Like I often say
Really?
that. Is it just something that, like, why does this happen to us? Yes, I think this is, I don't know if we mix I don't know.
We mix the metaphors. We mix them. It's fine. It happens.
Well, you know, I'm there with you in cuffing season because yes, it is a foreign concept because again, the seasons, and I don't even remember it that young. Like I only remember it in the last, 10 years. So it was even like went over my head completely when we were little. If it was a thing back then, I thought it was not. So yeah, like it's definitely something that would fit into culture class because it's just not a thing. Oh, bless you.
Oh my God.
I love how you were like trying to shoo it away.
I was like, no, I felt it coming and I was like, no, I don't want this.
So let's get into our current faves. This is where we share a piece of Peruvian or American culture that we're currently into. And I don't know I think this is universal, but I am loving decluttering right now. Like again, with the new year, fresh start, let's be better versions of ourselves.
Are you like following a philosophy? Are you like Marie Kondoing it? Like what are you doing?
I've done those in the past. Like I've done the Marie Kondo. I've like, watched a bunch of, shows or episodes or YouTube things on like, reorganizing and just cleaning out, letting go, but I'm not following anything right now. But as a parent of young kids, and these are for my, parents that understand this, like you come back from Christmas with all of these Christmas gifts and you have to make room for them, and reorganizing the playroom is a thing. And I was just like, we need to get rid of stuff that and I had already purged through a lot pre-holiday season, like as we were getting ready to make donations and stuff like that. But now I'm just, let's really clean out what we don't need. Let's organize things. Like obviously we already had like, this is like a little art area. This is like a Lego area. Now it's just, I've like doubled down and I'm really like, we really structured it. I built also like the toy makers. What are you doing to us? Like, like everything that you buy and it's like, oh, you have to assemble and there are 5,000 pieces. And it's like, why? Like my husband and I were just assembling each like toys and it's like using parts of our brain that like we haven't really had to use lately. And it's just like, okay, and follow these instructions. But anyway, we built the toys, we assembled the things and it is looking good. And I'm also in like, so I did the playroom and now I'm like, all right, like, let me see what else I can declutter. Let me see what else, like I can just.
Oh, you've moved rooms now. You're going throughout the house.
Now I'm going throughout the house and I'm just like, okay, let's see, like, can this drawer be more efficient? Let's get all these little mini organizers. So I'm really into, like, I'm deep into decluttering, organizing. And I think that the new year is a good place to do that. It's a.
You know what? I gotta say, I love a purge.
People are like spring clean. No, let's just do New Year's cleaning. I
don't know if you'll remember this, but ever since I was like in my early 20s, like back in college, I would have Sunday cleaning day. Not every Sunday, but like I would just pick twice a year a random Sunday. And I would have I was big into playlists, guys. I was like the LimeWire playlist lady.
We were. I gotta say that, like, we were, because we would share that PC.
Yes, and I remember it was part of my ritual, part of my cleaning, decluttering ritual was wake up in the morning. First thing I would do is make a playlist. And I would make sure it was running time minimum 3 hours.
Right.
So I would make my 3-hour playlist, and then I would turn on the music, and I knew that I had 3 hours to clean out my closet. And you guys, I would go, every single piece of clothing inside that closet would come off its rack. I would put it physically on my body and be like, do I want this? Do I not? Have I worn it over the last year? And then I would make 2 piles. The discard pile or on top of my bed. The discard pile was the floor, and my bed was the I'm keeping you pile.
When I'm listening to this, I'm just like, for sure, I would do the same thing. And again, like dedicating time to creating a playlist before Spotify. Like, to be young and have that kind of time.
That kind of time. Like, that was my whole Sunday. And I had so much fun. And the playlist was full of like happy music, like happy, positive.
To keep it going.
None of my punk stuff, none of my depressed stuff. No, it was all happy, positive music that made me want to dance. And by the end, when I was done, I saw the pile on the floor was huge. And I'm like, we're donating that. We're getting rid of all of that. And then the second part came in where it was like, everything I have, let's organize it into different piles, sections. How are we going to store it? How are we going to put it away?
Best. The organizing, because like the purge is like a lift, right? But then when you're like, this is my tidy bit and this is where I get to put it. And like, I'm in that right now because again, we did a lot of the decluttering before the holidays. And now I'm just like, and this goes here and this goes there. And I am loving it because it really does make you feel just like, I don't know, I feel like I've dropped some pounds, I feel like I know where everything is. I feel it's such a good feeling.
Pro tip, like my therapist would always tell me this. He's like, if you're ever feeling like uneasy or overwhelmed by something or something is making you anxious, clear a drawer. He's like, pick one drawer, any drawer. It could be
just rearrange it.
Yeah, he's like, just organize a drawer. He's like, pick your underwear drawer, pick your bras, like just pick a drawer, just one drawer. It's all you need. He's like, and take everything out and put everything back in, organized, and your brain will feel less overwhelmed and less anxious.
Right, like you're taking an action. It's like a physical, like I'm taking action over something. Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah, loving that. Love this.
So right now your brain must be like,
oh, it's great. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to do all of the resolutions.
I'm going to conquer the world.
Again, let's check in a month. This is
world is your oyster. We're going to do all the things.
All the
things.
Yes.
Here's hoping,
Here's hoping.
I mean, it's early January. If this isn't the vibe you're starting the year with, we all know it's going to go downhill. The point is, let's try to keep the vibe high while we can. Eventually, it'll go downhill. Let's not go downhill January 1st. Let's start off up high, baby. We can do anything. That wraps it up for us today. Subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss any of our episodes, and give us 5-star reviews on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Hasta la vista, babies.
Ciao, ciao.
At Where We Land, we know that some immigrant experiences are harder than others, especially for those at the margins of our current legal system. So if you would like to help, we encourage you to support organizations that provide services for immigrants and champion their rights. You can find a list of organizations in the show notes.